Morning, Lulu.
Morning, Lorato. How are you?
I'm fine, thanks. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
I would like to thank you so much for doing this for us. We appreciate you and welcome to Suero TV.
My absolute pleasure
Emma.
to be on TV.
Emma. Emma, how?
Maybe let me say good morning to all your other viewers, because I'm certain you do have viewers.
Yes, I do have a few viewers. Emma, thank you. Say good morning to them. Good morning, viewers.
Yes. Yes.
How's the lockdown been for you?
The lockdown has been okay, Lorato. I struggled the first 2 weeks, but very soon I found a rhythm of working and everything is fine. I've made peace with it, and I know we're locked down for a good reason, so I'm not stressing about it.
Ah, okay.
And you?
I'm fine. Now, like I was mentioning to you earlier, the only thing is, my son, I think he's just pulling his hair off. So we just tried to take him to the garden, take walks with him, so that because he's just wondering where are my friends? I want to go to school, to play.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, actually, it's going to be quite bad on in terms of the mental effect thereafter.
Yeah. Do you think so?
Yes, it will be.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people are going to struggle to readjust and go back to school.
Yeah.
Especially the young ones that are now used to being around their parents all the time.
Yeah.
And yeah, just going back into society is not going to be that easy.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was saying to the guys in my office, they must try on their work clothes because they may find that they are challenged around. Yes, yes. But I've been keeping very fit. I've been working out every morning.
Yeah.
And every other day I work out twice a day. So yeah.
Oh yeah. Does it keep you sane? Did you realize that it keeps you sane during this time?
Yes, it absolutely it does.
Okay.
I think the most important thing is to not break the routine that you've been on before lockdown.
Yeah, yeah. That's actually really good advice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's not as easy, especially because when you're not used to going out. Well, I mean, when you're used to going out and leaving home,
Yes.
it's not as easy. But I guess it's just hang in there and just try and get the discipline going.
Yes.
Yeah.
And just count your blessings. Be glad to be alive. Isn't that the most important?
100. That's very true, Emma.
Yeah.
All right. So thank you for coming to Suero TV. So today we're going to be talking about insurance. Welcome. I would like you to introduce yourself and what you do before we begin.
Okay. Another good morning to all your viewers, Lorato. My name is Lulu Rasebotsa, and I'm the Managing Director of Liberty Life Botswana, a specialist life insurance company.
All right. Welcome to the show, Emma. So we're just going to start right away. Lulu, why should we prioritize insurance? I think maybe let's just start. What is insurance in the first place before we even talk about it?
Remember, in everything that we do around life, as you wake up every morning, as you do go about your errands, there's always the risk that something might go wrong. And in terms of life insurance, that going wrong typically is around you losing your life. That is the inevitable. One thing certain about the world we live in or this life is death and the taxman. So there's life insurance, but there's also short-term insurance, which is otherwise referred to as well as general insurance. This is where you're driving around in your car and that fortunate incident happens, you get into a car accident, your car gets damaged and you need to fix it. Or you're up and about, something happens, a spark in your house, electrical spark, your house burns down. Are you insured against the eventuality of maybe a fire? And you need to be insured such that if that happens in terms of your assets, you are able to replace. So really that's the whole point around short-term or general insurance. But life insurance at its very basic is really to guard against the loss of future income.
Yeah.
In the event that you die, perhaps, in the event that you become disabled such that you can't fulfill your daily duties in terms of work, in the event that you get diagnosed with maybe a critical illness. So that is where life insurance comes in. And it's called life because the policy guards against life events. And like I say, a life event is something that impacts your daily living, be it death, or impacts the life of those that depend on you, to a point where if you're dead, your children need to be taken care of, such that their livelihood is not compromised. They should be able to live in the house they've been living in. They should be able to go to the schools they've been going to.
Yeah, maintain.
So when you look at life, so when you look at life insurance, typically it's around your retail offering, which for a lot of people, when people think insurance, the one that I know most people would know is a funeral policy.
Yeah.
It goes back to the conversation, funeral policy, because what has happened? Somebody has died.
Yeah.
So the death is a life event.
Okay.
So that's retail. And you'll find your funeral policies, your life cover, your maybe critical illness, your hospital cash. Hospital cash being in the event that you get ill, you're in a hospital, the insurer will pay you for the time that you were hospitalized.
Okay.
So that's retail. Okay. But then still around life, you also have corporate insurance. And really it's about how the retail covers are put together for a corporate entity. Oftentimes as an employer value proposition to the employees. So that would be your group life assurance, where your employer pays towards you being covered in the event of you dying. And this would be around, if Lulu dies, for example, Liberty will pay out to Lulu's family 4 times of her annual salary. So it's an employer value proposition. So it also attracts me and makes me remain committed to Liberty.
Yeah.
For others, it could be your group funeral schemes. So around corporate, it largely depends on the size of the entity and what the entity can afford in terms of providing for their employees.
Yeah.
So that's retail, and then there's corporate, but there's also now what is called credit life.
Yeah.
And that is insurance you take out against your borrowings.
Yeah.
So maybe you have a mortgage and you take out insurance to cover your mortgage. In the event that should something happen to Lorato, and Lorato had a mortgage, Lorato's children will not be kicked out of the house because the insurer will step in to pay off the balance of your loan. So I think having said that, Lorato, it just shows to you how important life insurance is, or insurance at a general level.
Yeah.
It's against guarding a risk.
So does this also include retrenchment insurance? Is there such a thing as retrenchment insurance?
So retrenchment would fall under the short-term insurance. Because remember, retrenchment is not really seen as a life event.
Oh.
You haven't died.
Okay.
You're just out of a job.
Oh.
And you can go back and find another job. And that's why you'll find that oftentimes retrenchment cover will be for a limited duration. You might be covered for 3 months, you might be covered for 6 months. And the idea being, it should actually take you up to about 6 months to be able to find a new job. So remember, insurance as well is to actually be able to put you back to your original position. It is not to make you well off than you were before.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. I think you've actually answered 4 of my questions in one sitting, basically. You've actually answered why first it should be prioritized, the importance of it. You've answered what is life insurance and why does one need it. You've actually uncovered that part. Now, I want us to talk about the understanding of policies. This is the one area I know challenges a lot of people. Understand signing policies. There will be agents that will be coming to an organization, selling this insurance to employees. Employees then sign up, without even necessarily understanding. I mean, I have an experience of a client where they actually had, beneficiaries, had no beneficiaries who are very close to her. She didn't have kids, she didn't have parents, but she had life insurance, and her cover was to cover her aunts and uncles, and she was paying about 1.5 a month. And I say to her, did you find that necessary? Then she starts thinking, she's like, actually no, but the way it was sold to me, it was as if I needed, and these are the kind of things that I also want us to touch into for a client to understand their needs when the agents are coming, as well as understanding policies. Can we please touch on that a bit? Oh.
That people sell on commission. Lorato?
Emma, nekhathile 2 minutes. Oh, Emma.
Yeah.
Emma.
Yeah. So to answer your question, Lorato, as a purchaser of an insurance policy, which you've actually answered, you must ask yourself why you're taking out this life cover.
Yeah.
You should not be put into a corner of taking out a life cover. And therein, I'll take you through a model which we call life stages in terms of life insurance. In life, there are certain stages that you'll go through. There's a stage where we call starting out.
Yeah.
Starting out will be maybe young graduate, no children, none of that. But young graduate potentially wants to have, in the event they die, a dignified funeral.
Yeah.
Young graduate has got a job. So young graduate obviously should be worried about what if I become disabled.
Yeah.
Remember, young graduate maybe is driving a 16V Verpa.
Yes.
They might die, they might get into a car accident and become disabled and therefore not be able to go back to work, but should still be able to live. So that young graduate might be want to take out a disability cover because the reality is they are at that age where they're under high risk of becoming disabled, right?
Understanding
more and more now, people are being diagnosed with cancers at a very young age.
Yeah.
You are starting out life, you are young, your family has a history of breast cancer. You might want to take out critical illness, which says in the event that you get diagnosed with a cancer, we'll pay you a lump sum benefit.
Yeah.
Because remember, cancer comes with associated costs.
Yeah.
It's not just the hospitalization. So then you look at that and you say, why do I need life cover? So for example, with me, I have a son who's 26, doesn't have children. I don't need his money. So I'd say to him, take out disability and maybe take out funeral cover.
Yeah.
You need life cover.
Yeah.
At the point in time where you're at.
Yeah.
Which goes back to the example you gave about the person you spoke to.
Yeah.
Why do you want to provide for people who are not your immediate dependents?
Yeah.
So that's the first part of starting out.
Yeah.
Then the children come along, right? Now Lorato, young mother, has children. The reality is Lorato now is at a point where she died. Her dependent needs to be looked after.
Yeah.
I would say to Lorato, now Lorato, take out life cover. Depending on your needs or what you can afford, take out that life cover.
Yeah.
Now Lorato, that young family now moving from a flat, now they buy a house. I would say then, Lorato, this is time for you to take out a home loan protector, which is credit life insurance, right?
Yeah.
So that in the event that Lorato, something happens to Lorato and Lorato's spouse for that matter, even if you are not married, if you're single, Lorato's children still have a house that they can live in, and they still have that life cover, which will take them through their education perhaps.
Yeah, yeah.
Then comes when you're established. Now the kids are all grown up. You don't need things like maybe an education policy, which people take out to meet them halfway if they have children going to school. But even when you're established, things like death, critical illness, hospitalization are still real. So you still want to maintain those policies.
Yeah.
And then comes in retirement, where now you start looking at things like annuities and living annuities, life annuities.
Yeah.
But now, when you talk about retirement, you would want then perhaps to potentially say, as you're still, when you start off work, you want to save a bit to meet your other retirement needs. Because more and more we realize people are retiring without enough.
Yeah.
So maybe you take a retirement annuity just so that you build onto your compulsory savings.
All right.
So it is very important that when you buy something, you ask yourself, is it a need? Why am I buying this?
Yeah.
Because you must buy for that which you know is inevitable.
Yeah.
And truth be told, like I said earlier, life happens and death is inevitable.
Inevitable, yeah. And thank you for the importance of actually knowing where you are in your life and what you need, and then you can prioritize the insurance as and
Yes.
when, you know, and in however way. Now, the other part that is super important is understanding of the policies. This is another area that I have
Yes.
realized people don't understand the policies. You know, you find out somebody signing up for a policy, they terminate randomly because they actually don't understand the consequences of terminating early, or the consequences of not paying your monthly premium. You know, now it comes to us budgeting well for it, and then, you know, we, how can one understand? Now let's put a typical person oko Pikwe or oko Mahalape, or even Luhwana Moraboroni, and they actually don't even understand the lingo that they're assigning. Yeah, policy. Where can one get assistance in understanding the policy? If
the truth, the reality is that one should read the policy document. And I appreciate what you're saying. It's not everybody who can read and understand. But that's where your financial advisor should come in. Your financial advisor should break it down for you, because remember, the insurer pays the advisor a commission.
Yeah.
And this commission is paid for advice.
Yeah.
The advisor should really break it down to the policy owner in terms of the terms and conditions.
Yeah.
It is very important. And I know people are very quick to sign off things which they haven't read. But unfortunately, the only way you're going to understand is to ask the questions and to read and understand.
Yeah.
And I also urge other insurers in the market to try and keep the language as simple as possible.
Yeah.
Yes.
To the client, yeah, to simplify it as far as possible. And then the other thing
Yes.
that I normally ask my clients is ask at least the basic questions if you actually don't understand what's happening there. How much are you paying back? How much are you paying the insurer every month? How much are you paying that agent that is actually approaching you? Because most of the time they don't mention that you're going to be paying me as well, that there is a fee.
Yes.
Ask them, well, how much am I paying you? Okay. How long will this insurance be? You know, ask the critical questions, and then tell the person to show you where it is on the contract, on the policy that you're signing. Or okay, here, this is here, this is here, so that at least you understand the basics and the termination policies. In case I don't pay, what happens, etc. Things like that. So thank you for that.
So with every policy, there should be an accompanying policy schedule.
Yeah.
We should summarize what it is you're paying for.
Yeah.
It will summarize the policy term, what you're paying for, the administration fees, everything's broken down under the policy schedule. And it should also illustrate to you the commission structure.
Yeah.
How much your intermediary is getting paid.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And then the other one now, I want us to look into the life insurance in particular, where you are covering your family after post-death. Let's say now most people actually end up attaching that to mortgage when they've bought a house. And I've realized that then there is a tendency to forget that there's no point only attaching it to the home when there is no the extra money now to maintain the lifestyle. Ghana days now, yes, you've covered the home, they're going to be in the home. What about what are they going to eat? So what can you advise those ones that have attached the life insurance only to the mortgage? That can they also get another one, or can they increase their premium so that they're also covered? The family can also be covered financially when they have passed on.
Absolutely, Rarato. There are many ways of skinning this cat. You can have your mortgage cover where you've taken out a policy to cover your mortgage, and then you can have a separate life cover for exactly what you're speaking about. When the home loan has been paid off upon your passing, the life cover kicks in for those other needs, right?
Yeah.
The education, the lifestyle, etc. But what you can also do is, for example, you can have a life cover. Argument's sake, you have a life cover of 5 million, Buddha, right? But your mortgage is 2.5 million, right? And you cede that policy to the bank. In the event that you die, the insurer will settle the loan being the 2.5, right? And the other 2.5 will then be paid over to your beneficiary.
Yeah, yeah.
So you can do that as well.
Yes, okay. So they
Yes.
should just observe that you can actually increase the cover for that aspect.
Yes.
Yeah, for the
Life cover.
to maintain the standard of living.
Yes, and that is when you've taken out a life cover and seeded it to the bank for your mortgage.
Yes. Can one have multiple life insurance covers?
Yes, they can.
Yeah, okay.
With different underwriters, they can.
Oh, with different.
It's all about your affordability.
Yeah, okay. All right.
Yes.
Now, this is another question. What if the person doesn't die?
But like I said to you, Lorato, death is inevitable. There are different policies. There is a policy where under life insurance, they call it a term policy, which will say upon reaching 65, the policy falls off. But you go into that policy very aware of it, that at age 65, the cover falls off.
Okay.
There's what you also call whole of life, which is what we offer at Liberty.
Yeah.
For so long as you can afford your premiums, you will remain covered.
Ah, okay.
Right?
Yeah.
But remember then, the idea of insurance is at a point when I'm 65, for argument's sake, my dependents should also be able to have made it themselves in life and be able to be self-sustaining. Yes. So my son should be able to look after, my son should not be depending on my life policy.
Yeah, yeah, especially at a certain age. Yeah.
Yes. And that is why it falls off.
Yeah.
And that is why I've also shared this with my mother, for example. Being the MD of Liberty, obviously your parents want to support you. And my mom said to me, can I come and take out a life policy with Liberty? And I said to her, but why? Why do you need a life policy?
Hey, I'm grown.
I told Mama, if you die, my life continues as it is.
Yeah.
And my brothers as well. And if we've messed up in life, that's not your problem. You did your part.
Yeah, yeah, that's not your problem.
I think to put it in the Setswana context, a life policy at a point should not be seen as boswa.
Rasebotsa, yes. Oh, thank you for saying that. Yeah.
It is to look after those who were dependent on you whilst you were alive.
Yes.
And you were
the underlining.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. And you ask of, and I'll throw the question back to you, which I often say to people when I engage with them, which is what you were asking, what if you don't die? Let's look at something like car insurance. What if you don't get into a car accident?
Yeah, yeah.
So remember, insurance is also to give you peace of mind.
Yeah.
The security in your home. What if you never get burgled and yet you pay G4S or security systems or whatever every month?
Yeah.
You are paying for peace of mind.
No, absolutely.
So as I sit here with my life insurance, it's for peace of mind that should I pass on, my daughter who is dependent on me, never mind my son, my daughter can finish off her varsity, her high school, etc.
Okay. Absolutely.
Yes.
Thank you, ma'am, for that.
Yes.
Yes. Now let's speak about funeral policies. This is another very misunderstood one as well. Funeral policies. Obviously, the funeral covers is to give you a dignified funeral, like you were saying earlier. Now, there's an instance where we, as family, would cover maybe our mom, right, from one insurer, and 10 of us are covering our mother. Then our mother dies. Can we all claim this insurance, this cover for our mother?
For so long as you've been paying your premiums, you should be able to claim.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Because remember, like you're saying, your mother is not unique to just you if you have siblings. So, for example, if I take myself, it's myself and my brother. Would it be fair for my brother not to be able to chip in?
Yeah.
It's his mother as well.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, because I think this is what a lot of misunderstanding that has been happening is also the understanding of policy. It goes back to that, where, you see a lot of family members complaining that we went to claim and we didn't get claim because apparently we were too many claiming. And I'm like, okay, how is this? So this is what I wanted to clarify. to
Yes.
the listeners that if you, for as long as you're paying a premium, you should be able to claim the benefit at the end of
Yeah,
the.
and that would really go to the fact that the underwriter should be able to know that after, if the underwriter's wording suggests that they will pay for only the first 6 claimants, the seventh person who takes the policy, they should be able to say, this person is already over-insured, if that is the position of the underwriter.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
All right, now
Yes.
I want us now to take it back to the situation now. The lockdown, businesses have paused, so that means businesses are not able to pay employees maybe certain salary or the same salary. Now that means budgets are getting tighter. Personal budgets are getting tighter. People have insurances to pay. So
yes.
We understand that it should still be a priority, right?
Yes.
What can one do? What advice do you give clients who have actually budget is tight and insurance is one of the payments that what can they do in case the budget is too tight and they need to possibly pause the insurance for now? What can they do, and what are the effects of it in the long run?
I would advise clients to potentially, if your income has been negatively impacted, you might want to reduce your cover.
Yeah.
But do not cancel your policy. Because if you reduce your cover, you thereby reduce your premiums. So for example, if you had funeral cover worth 50,000, you might want to say, for the meantime, let me reduce it to 25,000.
Yeah.
But you must still maintain it. And to your point, Lorato, if you've taken out something at the beginning, having understood it and why they need, and you've seen the importance, you will not be to cancel.
Yeah.
Yes.
Is there an option to pause? Is there an option?
You can. So in the industry, there's what we call a premium grace period. Where after 3 months of non-payment of your policy, the policy will lapse. That means the policy will automatically fall off. So to the point that for 3 months you are cushioned. But I would say this should really be for people who cannot afford it.
When it's really
there have been a lot of people out there in the market. So for example, Rato, where I'm sitting now, I work for Liberty.
Yeah.
Everybody at Liberty's salary has not been impacted.
Yeah.
There's absolutely no reason why anybody at Liberty would want to ask for a loan repayment holiday.
Yeah.
Or because they are getting their salary still.
Anyway, yes, nothing should change.
Yes.
Still pay rent.
So if the salary has been, speak to your insurer, demonstrate by a letter from your employer that actually you're on half a salary, whatever the case may be, and negotiate with your underwriter. But people should not take advantage of a difficult situation which the whole world is in to try and be smart around things which shouldn't be smart around.
Thank you for making that.
It goes back to what we're experiencing now with, say, for example, in the context of Botswana, for so long as I'm still salaried, Lorato, should I rather not want Mabipelo to deal with those who actually don't have an income?
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
I'm sitting here, I'm salaried.
Yeah.
My helper is unable to come to work.
Yeah.
Should I now say to her, because you're not coming to work, I won't pay you?
Yeah.
That is unfair because Liberty is paying me.
Yeah.
So I'm able to fulfill all my other obligations.
Yeah.
Including that of my helper who's unable to come to work because of the lockdown.
Yeah.
And because I'm paying my helper, she as well should be able to service her funeral policy.
Yeah.
And you will find that
trickles down. Yeah.
If you all do this, you'll find actually we're talking about a small number of people in the big scheme of things.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Thank you so much for mentioning that. The ethic that we should have around this and the consideration that we should really have around this the pandemic, and not take advantage. Let's just try and be as honest and ethical as possible. And as well as should we really be taking the food when we know that we don't need it when it can actually benefit the next person.
Yes.
The ones that
Yes.
when you know you don't need it, please try and let people give another person who needs it more than you do. And as well,
Yes.
like you are saying, if you can pay your helper, please pay your helper because it trickles down to everything else. That means they are not able to pay rent, they're not able to feed their
Yes.
kids. You know, it's a whole thing that we are all affecting the economy if we are not honest or if we are not ethical in the process. Yeah.
And speaking of honesty, you must understand that insurance contracts by nature are contracts of utmost good faith.
Yeah.
We trust that when you take out a policy, you don't take it out with the intention of committing fraud.
Mm.
So, for example, we don't want you coming out to us taking out a policy because now you've been diagnosed with a life-threatening disease.
Suddenly, and you don't mention it. Yeah.
And you don't mention it. That is not operating in utmost good faith. And for those who are able to pay their policies in the current state, it is important that they pay their policies because as insurers, we also want to be able to pay the claims when they come through.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Also want to be able to keep,
yeah.
Yeah. We also want to be able to keep our employees at work.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it is important because if we have unscrupulous behavior from customers, it impacts the whole industry.
Yeah.
It is important that we remain solvent as businesses for the future of this nation, and because we are contributing to the economy of the country.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So just going back to now talking about the ones who genuinely cannot afford to be paying that premium monthly, there is an option that you can actually approach the insurer and they can cushion you maybe for a maximum of 3 months. Is that what you're saying?
3 months, yes.
For 3 months. But that 3 months, is it free or it's going to be extended? Or are they going to get their money? How does that work?
It is not free, unfortunately, Lorato. What then happens is once you bounce back and you're able to pay your premiums, you negotiate payment terms with your insurer. Yes.
Yeah, there's nothing for
because remember, we're looking at a number of lives, right?
Yeah.
Thousands of lives. So if I'm saying, Lorato, this is free for you, I have other policy holders. Am I stealing from them to fulfill your needs?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Everybody is responsible for their own life.
Absolutely.
So, yeah. Absolutely. But what would then happen, say for example, they're on the 3-month holiday. We approach the 3rd month and your policy, just before it lapses, the unfortunate incident happens and maybe you die. What we then do is we'd pay your claim, but we would deduct the 3 months you were owing from the benefit. Yes.
No, and it's important to understand that because I think most people think 3 months, even the 3 months that banks are giving or 3 months that whoever is giving you, it's not free. You're going to need to end up paying those 3 months eventually, however way that is going to be done. So, all right, so there is that option that you can actually approach. The important aspect that the message I'm trying to communicate here is they shouldn't keep quiet. You know, we
absolutely not.
Yeah, they don't just keep quiet. Don't just sit at home and the debit orders are just bouncing from your insurer. You are going to lose more than benefit. So rather, it's best you go and have a conversation with the insurer, right?
Lorato, I think we lost each other there.
Yeah, we lost each other there. No, I was actually just, the internet connection is getting unstable as I think people are connecting in. Yes, now just basically was just saying it's important not to keep quiet and the insurance debit orders or other debit orders just bounce on your bank account. Communicate with whoever you are paying every month so that they're in the loop and you can be able to negotiate payment terms going forward.
Absolutely.
Yeah. That's what.
And honestly, when you look at, I can understand where maybe it's your life policy, your life cover, but really when you look at funeral covers, they're oftentimes quite affordable.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying this because maybe I can afford it, but like I'm saying, if you are somebody's helper and your employer continues to pay you, please don't start using COVID as an excuse fulfill your financial obligations. Because remember as well, we have faced a pandemic. The reality of death is so apparent. So wouldn't you want to be hanging on to that life insurance policy of yours now more than ever before?
Yeah, very good point you're making. Yes.
Yes.
All right. Thank you, Lulu. I don't know if you have any last word for the viewers so that to take home regarding this conversation or anything that you have in your mind.
I think for me, whilst I'm in business and I would like more policyholders, I always say I only want policyholders who know what they're committing to. You must think about it long and hard. Insurance should not be an impulsive purchase. You must look at your financial circumstances, look at who is going to benefit out of this. Don't take out a life policy just because somebody who is able to sweet talk to you into buying a policy is there putting pressure on you. Take it out for the right reasons, and you will see how critical it is for you if you know why you bought that policy. And I think for me, during this time of COVID, now more than ever, death is so much a reality. We must hang on to those life policies of us. If you find yourself running into financial situations, speak to your bank, speak to your financial advisor, speak to your insurer. This is a time where, as industry, we understand that it is important to be empathetic. After all, our business is about being empathetic and being there for our policy owners. This is a time where, as you sit at home, go through your policies, reassess, call your advisor, say to them, you know what, this is opportune time. I'm sitting at home. If you that 30 minutes you spend driving to the office in the morning, spend that 30 minutes looking at your financial status, looking at where you're at, looking at what next for you. If you took out a mortgage cover for 3 million and your mortgage has come down to 2.5, maybe you want to reduce that cover to 2.5 so that you can save a little 500,000.
You've actually made a very good point there, particularly on the last part, that if your mortgage has reduced, possibly reduce the cover as well. It's a very important factor. I think that's sometimes we overlook that and we actually don't think about it as well. Thank you so much.
And I think if I just use the example of life insurance against short-term insurance, your car insurance. That is why every year your provider will ask you for the valuation of your car. Because remember, the car depreciates. So if your car was 500,000 and your cover for your car was for 500,000 when you bought it, the following year, maybe it's come down to 400,000. You issue them with a certificate that the valuation now is 400,000, and you will see your insurance reduce as well.
And it's important. Thank you for mentioning that, because there are some who don't actually ask the client for the valuation of the car. So as a client, also it's okay to value your car, take it to the insurer, and actually adjust the premiums accordingly.
Absolutely.
Okay. Thank you so
much. And I think this time, let's remain optimistic about life.
Emma.
For us insurers, when we do our risk registers, we always have that 1 in a 100-year event. And COVID is upon us. I never thought I'd live to see such during my life. It is a 1 in a 100-year event.
Pause.
Lorato?
Hi, ma'am. The internet is challenging us now.
But it's fine.
Thank you so much. We really appreciate your wisdom today and sharing a lot of information about insurance. I'm hoping this is very helpful for the viewers and everybody who is listening, as well as for Liberty clients. I hope they understand better on how insurance works. All right. Thank you, Lulu.
And keep up your good work.
Emma, thank you so much. You should have a good day.
Alrighty.
Emma, bye.